Hey everybody, Igor from the Better Life Academy here. Guys, today I want to talk about the 80-20 rule, as I call it, or Pareto principle. Probably a lot of you have heard of it and probably already use it in your life. But still, I want to ask you to stick to this video because I'm going to probably show you a different perspective of how you can actually use that rule in a most efficient way. Yes, there are different ways how to use that, and one way is less efficient and another one is more efficient. For those of you who've never heard of it, maybe, I think you're going to get a lot of added value to your life today, because that is one of the principles which I use always, and it helps me to be as efficient and productive as possible. So what this rule says, what is the rule 80-20? What is 80-20? Well, basically the rule says that supposedly in order to achieve 80% of any result or outcome which you expect out of life or out of anything which you do in your life, you gotta do only 20% of things which might impact that result. In other words, if you would want to do something and you have 10 different tasks to do in order to achieve that, then you should choose the 20% most efficient, most impactful task which will, impact that result and outcome and get you to that result outcome in most efficient and quick way. And by executing those 2 tasks out of 10, you supposedly should be getting 80% of the result. That's what rule says, right? And that's what you're actually supposed to do. But there are 2 differences in between how you can use that 80-20%. You see, it all has to do with definition of outcome and results. The thing is that in modern world right now, we are to-doists. We are not concentrating and focusing on the outcomes and results. The first question we ask ourselves in most case scenarios is, what do I need to do? And therefore our mind help us to do that, and we create those endless to-do lists. And then what we do, we start executing those lists, and we think and we only feel accomplishment, and we think we will be done with something which we need to do only when we do all those items on those lists. That's why our life becomes so overwhelming and so hard and complex as we think, because we only see the life through the to-do list prism. What I suggest you to do is, and you will understand why I'm talking about that, you first ask yourself, what do you want? What kind of outcome and result you expect to get in one or another thing which you are doing right now, whether it's your projects, whether your relationships, maybe your exercising, your health, wealth, love, happiness, you name it. In any area of your life, you can use that rule, right? But that rule is most efficient only when you know your outcome and result. I'll give you an example. Let's say you think you need to work out, lifting weights, run, meditate, eat healthy diet, drink less alcohol, stop smoking, and so on and so on. And you have those in your head, or maybe you have it on to-do list, and you think and you know that you have to do all of them, right? Now let's project it to the situation when you actually know the outcome and results which you expect. And in this case, let's say you expect to lose weight. So in order to lose weight, what do you need to do first out of all that list we have just listed with you in order to lose weight? What are the most efficient way and things on our list which will help us to get those results, in this case to lose weight? Well, those probably is going to be like running, because probably cardio exercise is actually the most efficient way of how to lose weight, and maybe to fix up our diet, right? And just make sure we eat less amount of food, and we don't eat like fat, we don't eat sugar and things like that. Right? So those 2 things actually out of those lists which I just put together, I probably had like 7 or 6 items on this list, right? Only 2 of them, if I'm gonna start doing them and actually executing them right now, they're probably gonna help me to lose weight. So those 2 out of those 7 will probably get me 80% of the result. So I should probably have to stick with all those 2 items, concentrate on them, put focus on them, and just go with it. And then measure the results. And if I see I lost weight, and my goal was to lose not only weight but 20 pounds, let's say, and if after doing those 2 things I lost those 20 pounds, then I'm done. I don't even need to touch the rest of the items. That's how I become efficient and productive in achieving any goals and any results what I expect out of my life, in any area of my life, right? On the other hand, if I have a task, let's say I want to bulk up a little bit, I want to grow a little more muscles, meaning I actually want to gain weight, not lose weight. Well, in this case, I probably should start working out and lifting weights. I should probably change my diet, but actually I should probably start eating more carbs maybe, right? More fat, and so on and so on. You see, I would probably choose different items out of that list, which will probably give me 80% of the results, in this case, gaining weight. So with this example, I want to show you that 80-20% rule is as efficient as well you know your outcome and the result. And if you don't, even that rule would not help you. Obviously, it's a lot better than having nothing and just go through the to-do list and just execute everything just for execution's sake. It's better, but you gotta know your outcome and results precisely. And therefore, that 80-20 rule will help you even more. And by the way, what this 80-20 rule teach us? Well, it teaches us to actually, first of all, come up with this efficient list by asking ourselves what kind of results and outcome I expect, what do I want, and then only get to what do I need to do. After that exercise, we already have this super efficient list of items which will probably, with the better probability, will get us to the outcome results we want. And then on top of it, only then we apply that 80-20% rule. We select those items, 20% of them, which will bring us the better results, 80% results, closer, 80% closer to our results, meaning they will going to be the most impactful. They're going to impact the outcome and results. And we execute them. As soon as we're done, we evaluate, we measure. If we're satisfied with the results, we stop and we get to another assignment. Or if we still want to achieve more, we take a look at the list and we maybe execute a couple of more items to get not 80 but like 90% of the result if we want. So that rule only applied with the definition of outcome and results. And if you're going to use that in that combination, your life will change forever, meaning you're going to be able to achieve your outcome and results a lot faster and quicker, because you're going to be stop being the executor of to-do lists. You're going to be the outcome and result generator. You're actually going to be skipping like 80% of all the to-dos on your to-do lists, and you're going to be getting to the outcome and results a lot quicker through those 20% of those items. How great is that? And I think we all don't want to be to-doists. We want to be result and the outcome driven people to actually achieve everything and anything in our life that we want. And we have this precious time on our weight, and we got to use it wisely. So use your time wisely. Use the rule 80-20 Pareto principle to actually boost up your life and boost up your outcomes and results. But definitely define your outcomes and results first, and then apply that rule. Okay? All right. It's enough out of me today. I hope it was useful. Use it, and it's gonna help you. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. So don't lose it, guys. Thank you so much, Igor from the Better Life Academy.